It's your daily dose of Wrigley. I mean, it's your daily dose of Donna. Welcome to the show. Hope everyone is doing well. Today is Tuesday, August 12th, and I'm here to talk all the things. All the things dogs. You guys, we're pivoting. It's just a show about dogs. Just kidding. I got to put this one down for a nap, but I had to give you some puppy content because our little puppy got some shots today. She had to get some shots and she's fussy. She's a fussy one, but we have a big show. We got all kinds of things to talk about, you guys. Taylor Swift has officially broken the internet. Really, her website crashed last night. I was actually really into it. I became a Swiftie last night again. I got out of Swiftie land for the last couple of years, and then I got back into Swiftie land last night. And now I am so super excited to hear her new album because I'm going to be looking for all of the Easter eggs. And we're going to be talking all about the things that I am hearing about that are coming out in this album. Lots of you guys have heard about all kinds of things. Some surprises, some Easter eggs that have to do with little Miss. Oh, she's eating my ear. Little Miss Blake. So we'll talk about that. Plus, is there evidence of a smear campaign? I told you I wasn't going to be talking about her every day, but every day big things are happening, and actually a big thing just dropped. And I did speak to someone in the industry who is in PR who knows a lot about crisis PR. And this is a very, very telling conversation that I had about this document that just got dropped, a legal document that I think is very, very interesting, which tells you a lot about, oh my gosh, we're like making out. Stop nibbling on my ear. You're kind of like, you're like the Blake to my Justin. You know what I mean? And then we have to talk about Janet on the Valley because I think she's dangerous. And I'm telling you seriously, what I saw, the clip of tonight, I'm going to put her down in just a second. What I saw for the clip of tonight is so dangerous. And I feel really bad for Danny Bucco. Plus some more stories. There's a bunch of stories. So everyone say goodbye. Say goodbye to Wrigley. She's going down for a nap. And we're going to get into the show. Everyone, Wrigley's going to do the sprinkler too. Good night. Good night. It's your daily dose of Donna. That sweet girl. She's really, really a baby. Like, I just went to the vet and they said, I think she's between 6 and 8 weeks old, looking at her little teeth. And I'm like, oh, wow. We got ourselves a newborn. A newborn. So yeah, it reminds me of when I had my little babies, where she is like, it's like eat, sleep, pee, poop, eat, sleep, pee, poop. And she needs a lot of sleep and she gets fussy like a baby does. It's crazy. Like these babies need sleep. Just like me. I need sleep. And I'm not sleeping right now. Welcome to the show. Anyway, they're so cute. I mean, she's so cute. So thank you guys all for your support, for the dog, and just for the show. The show has gone through a tough few 48 hours, 60, 72 hours. How many days has it been since the show started, Daily Dose of Donna started getting abuse? I am the recipient of abuse from the commenters. And let me just tell you really fast. I saw a clip from our girl Elsie this morning on her channel because she posted. And if I could just do one thing, it would be to have, and I think I have this confidence, but somehow I feel like I lost it in the wash or something. Like I lost it in the, you always lose socks in the dryer. I think maybe I lost my confidence or my in the last few days in the dryer or in the wash. Because I noticed that I was letting these comments get to me a little bit too much. And I watched Elsie's video. If you guys don't know which video I'm talking about, I think she covers the part of Blake's deposition that was redacted. I mean, that was released. There's a 2-page piece of Blake's deposition that was released where they ask her, what evidence do you have of the smear campaign? And she's basically saying, other than what I've talked to my attorneys about, I don't have any. But before she talks about that, Elsie goes into a very kind of personal moment because she also talked about some of the similar things that I talked about last week about her personal feelings about some of the letters that were sent to the judge last week. Okay. I'm not going to go more into detail about that, but some of the letters that were sent to the judge last week and her feelings on them. And they were similar to mine because we're allowed to have similar opinions or we're allowed to have, I should just say, we're allowed to have opinions, not similar. We're allowed to have opinions as creators. Elsie, myself, I don't even want to name names because then you're going to say like, oh, are you aligned? Anyone, we're allowed to have opinions. And she got also so many dissenting comments last week as well. And I even said to Zach, I said, it's bad when Elsie's getting bad comments because Elsie is so likable. She's so likable and she's so funny and she's so smart and she's so phenomenal in this case. She's done such great work. She's really unearthed so much gold from the beginning since she started working on this, on all of this content. So for people to immediately turn on someone like Elsie, like I understand me maybe a little bit more because I sometimes go a little, I say unfiltered stuff. She does too, but she's so funny and she's so likable. Like Elsie, how can you not like Elsie? The only person that shouldn't like Elsie is Blake and Ryan. But for everyone to just turn on her because of one opinion she had about someone's writing letters to the judge, it was so weird. It was actually giving like a little cultish mentality last week. But I saw Elsie's video this morning. I'll just show you a couple seconds of it. You can go over and give her a view on her page afterwards because she deserves it. The way I love this woman, the way I want to support her always. I think she's one of the most incredible people I know in real life and also as a creator. I really, truly love her. But she talks about...
Well, hello there, beautiful people, and welcome back to another episode of F Around and Find Out. I'm your host, Elsie, and I appreciate you for being here. We have a few things to cover today, but before we get started, I want to address some very, very confusing things that happened in my last video where a lot of you in the comments seem to disagree with me, which is cool. We could do that all day. That's what we're here for. We don't have to agree on everything. But some of you also found yourself thinking it was cool to say in the comments or DM me or email me, whatever, insults. You called me dumb. You thought I was too big for my britches, whatever you said. But there were a couple of messages in particular. Those of you who were messaging me saying, I shouldn't get it confused because you let me talk about Blake and you let me be big and you let me become a creator and you can take it away, or that you wouldn't allow me to talk about Perez. You only hear my Blake thoughts. And again, the word let, L-E-T, gives very much, you little black girl, stay in your place. We put you here and we can stop supporting you. And before I address that nonsense, everybody who genuinely supports me, thank you. I appreciate it. If you feel like you let me be me, I don't have time to do a tutorial of how to unsubscribe or block my account, but there's a way you can figure it out, I'm sure. If you feel like you made me, find your way somewhere on this app. If you're on your phone, if you're on your computer, if you're on your TV, very promptly, please block me. Please unsubscribe. Do what you got to do. You know why? This joy that I have, this energy that I have, this vibe that I have about me, the way I do things, the world didn't give it to me. You sure as hell didn't give it to me. And the world can't take it away. Does that make sense? If you think And when I say you, I'm not talking about you guys as an audience. I'm talking about the people who thought it was sensible to comment to me and message to me, we let you be you. I laugh. I'm actually in pain right now. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I posted about my herniated disc. And we're going to get to that because y'all are scaring me in my DMs. A lot of you are like telling me what to do and not to do, and I'm scared by the messages, but I digress. If you think you let me be Elsie, you let me be Elsrich, I have news for you, buddy. Came out the womb like this. I strutted out of my mother's uterus,
Yes.
acting a fool. And my mother hasn't even told me she let me be anything ever in my 30 years of living. So those of you who found yourself comfortable enough to message me that, please, I'm begging you in Jesus Christ's name to block me, to unsubscribe from me, because the spirit y'all have about you is scary and I don't want it.
And it goes on. So please go over to give Elsie some love. You know, like I told you, the reason why I said yesterday at the beginning of yesterday's show that I wanted to take a step back from this case is because it hurts my heart to see these people that I love dearly. And that is Lauren, that is Elsie, that is Zach, people like Andy, Omar. These are my like bros, right? These have become my, you know, in Hebrew, we say mishpacha. That's my family in this content creator space that is covering this case. I have content creator friends in every like journey that I'm on. In the Bravo space, I've got like my Kate Casey and my Sarah Frasers, and in my conspiracy theory space and whatever, I've got my Molly Dares. I have all of my friends in every case. With other stuff, with my Karen Reed, I have my Bobby Sauce and my Addie from DJ Hungry Human. Like I have people, right? I will stand for them. I will fight for them if they're good people. If I know that they're good people, but I can't handle the vitriol that was coming out. So, but I love the way that Elsie took care of it. And she said it. And I thought to myself, wait, hold on. Hold on. That's what I didn't like. I realized like people were coming into our comments and saying, like, you're not allowed to do that. You can't do that. You can't say that. You're a bad person. And all of a sudden I thought to myself, wait, hold on. I'm in charge. This is my house. This is my house. Daily Dose of Donna is my house. You're welcome to come in if you like it. I am serving all my food. I like to cook for you guys. I cook. I make it nice. I'm Dorinda. I make it nice. I make it nice. I made it nice. I serve you drinks. I serve you food. I bring you coffee, some snacks. I'm a nice host, right? I give you guys what I think you'll enjoy. But if you don't like it, if you don't have a taste for what I serve, please, my friend, leave. But don't tell me that I'm not allowed or I shouldn't be serving what I'm serving, right? That's on you. And so I hate that affected me so much that it really did turn me off so much from saying like, trust me, I will not continue to cover every little minutia of it. Like I will be very cognizant of it. But it's so unreal how entitled some people are in that space, in this space. Just interesting. It's an interesting thing. But welcome into my home, guys. Welcome into my home. And Teresa's actually a great person, by the way. Thank you so much, Teresa, for the super chat. You don't need to send that, but thank you. I effing love Elsie, you, Zach, and many others. Bring your fire, Donna, and all of you. Keep your socks and knock theirs off. So Teresa sent me a DM 2 nights ago. I think it was last night? Yeah, it was last night. Was it last night? I don't even know. And you sent me a DM and she left me a voice message and she said, I listened to your show and I feel so sad because you're so good at what you do. And I don't want Blake to win. If you stop talking about this because of some mean comments, she wins because then more people stop talking about it and then, whatever. And I said, I know I'm not talking about it because of her. I'm not talking about it because I don't want so much hate in my comment section. Like it makes me sick to read that. And she sent me that nice comment. It's you guys, there's more good than bad, but unfortunately our eyes are attracted to the mean. As human beings, we're attracted Just in general, human beings are attracted to negativity and it sucks. It really sucks. So I'm not crying at all. I just have allergies. My eyes are just a little bit itchy. But I swear I'm not crying. I'm not crying. I'm not crying. I thought YouTube was supposed to be fun. MC High Life, it's so fun. Let's have fun today, okay? No reason to send hate. Yes, I am with you. And welcome to my home. Mi casa es su casa. Let's have fun today, you guys. Let's have fun. I'm gonna have fun. Are you guys gonna have fun? That's the question. Now, oh my gosh, you guys, if you're here, make sure to subscribe. I had a lot of angry people last week just for stating my opinion. And that's okay if they left, actually. You know what? The more I think about it, it's like someone did tell me, and this is for anyone out there that is a content creator themselves, that if you do get unsubscribes, it's okay because you don't want people there that don't want to be there. You know what I mean? You don't want people in your life, in friendship too. You always have to think about that. You don't want people going back to like inviting them into your home. You don't want people in your home that don't want to be there. You don't want people at your party that don't want to be there, right? You don't want to invite people to your bat mitzvah that don't want to lift you up for the Torah or whatever, you know? So let's enjoy today's show. Guys, Taylor Swift has officially broken the internet. And I want to talk about this because I thought it was actually kind of exciting. And I also think I may have a crush on Travis Kelce. So like Craig Conover, move on over. Is that embarrassing to say out loud? Should I be embarrassed about this? I don't know. I haven't decided if I should or not, but I do have like a thing. I do have a little bit of a thing. But before we get into that, I want to remind you that this week we are sponsored by Function. As you guys know, I am waiting on my final results from Function because Function is the only health platform that gives you access to the kind of data most people never see and the insights to actually take action. And that's why top health leaders like Dr. Mark Hyman, Dr. Andrew Huberman, and Dr. Jeremy London are all behind Function Health. So today's weekly topic is all about female breaking the fast. Is fasting messing with your hormones? Women's bodies are biologically wired for reproductive protection, and their endocrine systems are closely connected to energy availability, i.e., food. Women deal with monthly hormonal fluctuations in estrogen and progesterone and have higher sensitivity to caloric restriction and stress. When the body senses nutrient scarcity, it can trigger a cascade of hormonal shifts. Fasting naturally increases cortisol levels, which works to mobilize stored energy, support mental clarity, and regulate hunger hormones like leptin. But along with increasing blood sugar dysregulation and raising anxiety or irritability, prolonged cortisol elevation can impact women's LH and FSH levels, disrupting ovulation as a result. So if you're thinking about fasting, consider testing your levels to make sure your hormones are in check and your metabolism is strong before creating your plan. So all you should do is check out Function, learn more, and join using my link. Visit www.functionhealth.com/Donna. That's DANA. Do you guys like to fast? I'm actually so interested. Who here is like a faster? Do you guys fast? Very, very curious. I like fasting in the morning because I'm not a breakfast person, but I don't fast on purpose. I just don't eat breakfast, but I do eat like a little bit of a protein snack before my show. So like around 10-ish, 10:30, and I put protein in my coffee after my workout. I drink coffee with a little creamer in the morning, and then I go do my workout, and then I drink water with electrolytes, and then I put collagen creamer with protein in my coffee, and then I have a little bit of a protein snack before my show, and then I have lunch. Very interesting. Is Ashley in here? Oh my God, is Abe in here? How fun. Hi, Ashley. Look who's here. Oh my gosh, Ashley says a bit behind, but yes, it's my house. If I won't have you at my dinner table, I'll block your ass. Then you can whine about me on Reddit blocking them. if Ashley, my sweet farmer gardener girl, can say this, then I know I can say this, okay? She's so smart. She actually had a really interesting point about Ryan Reynolds and the Travis Kelce Taylor Swift announcement, which we'll get into in just a bit. I'll pull it up. I'll pull up her video. Okay. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift last night. There were all these rumors that Travis Kelce's New Heights podcast, which is already one of the top podcasts in the world, they were going to announce that Taylor Swift was going to be on their show tomorrow. I guess their podcast is every Wednesday. I'm going to admit it. I don't listen. I mean, I've listened, but I don't listen regularly. Are you guys a regular listener to the show? I don't. So apparently it's a great show. Like a lot of people are really into it, but I don't listen regularly. But they had this teaser where they had this black like outline and it looked like Taylor Swift. So everyone was like, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And then sure enough, on their socials, they post, here we go. It's happening. It's going to happen. And then on, I believe it was, I forget what time they actually posted it. Everything is so incredibly coordinated, and we'll talk about this. The way that they coordinate their life, or I should say Taylor Swift. I don't know how she sleeps at night. Well, either she does this or she has someone on her team that does this, but it's unreal how coordinated she is. She announces it, or they announce it on the podcast exactly at a specific time. And 17 hours ago, whatever time that was. And everyone freaked. This is just the Instagram, and it has 1.8 million likes. Okay. So you can only imagine between this and then the YouTube short and then the TikTok, they probably had 100 million views in just one moment. I love how it's the only people sharing this is New Heights Show and Jason Kelce. Like, what happened to Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce? Let's all watch it really fast. I'm sure you've all seen it 500 million times, but let's watch it again.
Such a nice color on you.
Yes, I know. It's the color of your eyes, sweetie. That's why we match so well.
We're about to do a podcast.
Okay, Wondery has just scored its biggest thing in the entire world. There's so many things to talk about. Okay, so here's all the Easter eggs in case you care. And I'm so curious, actually. Who in the world cares here? Okay, does anyone here care? I actually care. Here's why I cared. I didn't care so much in theory. And then I watched this thing, and I said, oh, I care. Now I care more than anything in the world because they call each other sweetie. I know I'm such a girly pop girl, but now all of a sudden I'm like, I want to know how they talk to each other. I want to know. So I, for some reason, thought they would call each other babe. Anyone else? I was like, oh, they're not a babe couple? They call each other sweetie? Oh, sweet and salty Lynn is here too. Oh, she was on my TikTok live this morning. Hi, honey. They call each other babe. I mean, sweetie. That's so cute. I'm a babe person with Lance personally, but I like sweetie. That's very sweet. I want to see their dynamic. I want to see how they talk to each other. Secondly, another thing I was very into was this Easter egg of the TS on the top left of her. So then once they saw that, everyone was like, that's it. She's announcing a new album. And then everyone said immediately, go to her website. And on her website, she had a countdown clock and it was a glitter background. And everyone's like, that's it. It was a countdown clock to 9:12 p.m. Los Angeles time, 12:12 a.m., which was August 12th, 8:12 a.m. 8:12, obviously, August 12th, 12:12 a.m. East Coast time. And of course, she announced her 12th album, which was, what's it called? The Life of a Showgirl, which I imagine is going to be all about her performing on the Eras tour. And if I get it all right, there's going to be tracks dedicated to being the girlfriend / maybe more of the star Chiefs player / maybe in my hope and dreams, the loss of a friendship with her and Blake. Getting, effed over by someone that you thought was your bestie. Because that's got to hurt, no? Remember, she had a best friend named Blake Lively who eventually completely ruined their friendship. And if you guys want to look over what I posted on X last night, it says, if there isn't an entire track dedicated to a friend extorting you and threatening to release 10 years of text messages, well then, not sure if I'm gonna. She better reference it. So we should do some sort of a drinking game / betting game / something where a lot of you guys are telling me that there's already leaked songs. I'm getting a lot of DMs that are saying that there's leaked songs about ruin of a friendship and this and that, and maybe. But I think we should do some sort of a drinking game / betting game / some sort of a, what do they call, like squares, squares like Super Bowl squares, where I think it's going to be either we mentioned the word dragon one time. It's not going to be a whole song about it. She's not going to be that smart. I mean, not smart. She's not going to be that obvious. She's very subtle sometimes. So I don't know if we're going to do an entire song about it, but maybe there's going to be, Sweet and Salty Lynn says she will reference it 100%. Maybe there's going to be a reference, like we're going to hear the word dragon. We're going to hear one word and it's going to be like, it ends with, we're going to hear the word, it ends. Or we're going to hear one word like perineum. Can you imagine just Blake Lively? Taylor Swift just finds, oh my God, a bingo card. Someone, if you're a really good graphic designer or like really good at this stuff, DM me. This would be such a fun daily dose of Donna game. Something about text messages, decade of text messages, something about, what else do you think? Teeth, something about teeth. Godmother, a godmother reference. Maybe something about hair products, booze. Like something that, like, it won't be an obvious reference, but it will be something, a Kelce reference, Game of Thrones reference. Maybe she will say Big Bird is flying away. The end of Big Bird. The downfall of Big Bird. Okay, so this is a really important point, what Enrique is saying here. So Enrique is saying, oh, Booze and Babies, that's a good song. Definitely Florals. How about the end of the clit? We've got to go back to Clit Ends With Us. If we don't have a song that references the clit test, then was she even part of my live going over the amended complaint? Then I don't know, right? We need there to be a Clit Ends With Us. So what Enrique has just said, for anyone that is listening to the audio here, is so important. And it says the fact that Ryan and Blake are not liking or reposting or hyping her in any way speaks volumes. So for anyone out there that is still under the impression, and there's like, well, really, it's just the people that are both Blake and Swifties, Blake fans and Swifties, okay? That are holding out hope that Taylor Swift and Blake Lively are still very, very tight. There's not that many of you guys left, right? But there's a few. This needs to be the nail in the coffin that explains to you, that shares the news, that well, I think it should wake you up finally, but I don't know if it will, that this friendship is over. And if it doesn't wake you up, then you're truly, well, then I would say you're really just going to never see the truth. Like, even to the end of the day, like Taylor Swift can go on a podcast, can go tomorrow on the podcast and be like, I am no longer friends with Blake. And you guys will say that's a code, that she's really friends with Blake. Like, you'll just never see the truth, because it's one thing if Taylor herself does not want to support Blake because maybe she feels like I don't want to get involved and I don't want to make any, I don't want to get involved legally. So I don't want to put myself out there as being her supporter. And I don't want, but for Blake and for Ryan to not make any show of support for Taylor, that I think is a very, very obvious and big, strong sign that no, we're not supporting that. Meaning we have no connection anymore. Listen, Taylor Swift's incredibly successful, much more successful than Ryan Reynolds. I think Travis Kelce is more successful than Ryan Reynolds. Am I crazy? Is there a way to gauge success between Travis Kelce and Ryan Reynolds? Do we gauge by money? Do we gauge by fame? Do we gauge by ability? Who do you guys think is more successful, Travis or Ryan? Right now, today in mid 2025. And it's not who you like more, because obviously you guys like Travis Kelce more than Ryan Reynolds. That's a duh. But who do you guys think in the general population of the world, overall in the world? I mean, Ryan Reynolds may still hold more star power in the world than Travis Kelce, I think, sadly. But Travis Kelce, being Taylor Swift's boyfriend, soon to be probably husband, huge NFL star, top podcast. He's more relevant, I would say, in the pop culture era than Ryan Reynolds. No? Now, so they get this huge announcement. People are losing their minds. The impressions on Instagram are beyond. Like I said, if we could look at the numbers here, you can see. So this first one has 135 million. Oh, I'm not even showing you guys. I'm just showing myself. 135 million views. That first announcement. 135. This is just Instagram. I'm not showing you YouTube numbers, and I'm not showing you TikTok numbers, which are massive as well. If I showed you TikTok numbers, now I feel like Ashley Brianna Eve, who's all into the marketing of it all. If I showed you TikTok numbers, let's do it. TikTok numbers, the first announcement. Oh, wow, it's a lot less. Is that possible? Only 5 million on TikTok?
So I wanted to.
The dyes make a difference.
Wow, that's okay. So it's a lot less on TikTok. I'm shocked. Very shocked. Okay, so Instagram was the one. And then they also had this video that they released right after.
Such a nice color on you.
That was the first one. Okay, sorry. 57 million was that one. And then when they announced the album, which was a few hours later or whatever at 12 a.m., which was the big announcement, I thought maybe it was going to be an engagement or something. But then they announced the album, which was this one.
So I wanted to show you something.
Okay. What do we got?
We got
A briefcase.
Yep.
Mint green with TS
Yep.
on it.
Yep.
What's in it?
This is my brand new album, The Life of a Showgirl.
TS12!
Yeah. So I wanted to show you something.
I want to say a couple things about Taylor Swift. And like I said, Ashley would be a great person to talk to about this right now, is that she is a very smart person with SEO. She's a very smart person with marketing, and she's a very smart person with just being very intentional with colors, with numbers, with everything. For example, she's using the color orange. Okay. Why? You could say a million reasons. This has been in the planning for a long time. When she was on the Eras tour, she and my friend Ashley Rose Reeves, who I've known for years, had a video go incredibly viral. I'll show you guys really fast, where she talks about how it's so weird. I don't know how in the world all of these people have the time to do all of this, because not the time, the brain power to come up with this stuff. It's really, really unreal how people can do this. But she remembered that at the concert, in the video, in like the Disney Plus video of the concert, when she walked off in the Karma song, there was an orange door behind her. Listen to this.
Look at that orange door.
Okay, so people are starting to come up with like, oh, she's using orange. And then anyone that thinks that, she's, because Trump went after her and said like, she's not hot. So people are saying, oh my God, she's taking back the color orange, right? But interesting that she said, look at my mint green notebook. And people are thinking, is it possible that she's saying a mint because of Mint Mobile? I mean, Taylor Swift would get a lot more searches off Mint than Mint Mobile. And I'm thinking to myself, that would be a genius move. She's so smart. She's truly so smart with these things. Another thing she did that was so smart, which I saw on Threads, was at her concert, when you went to go see her show, and I went in August of 2023 here in LA, there's a 2-minute and 24-second countdown at the beginning of her show. Why 2 minutes and 24 seconds? I don't know. Who knows? But today, August 12th, is the 224th day of the year. Is this all intentional? It's weird. Who can be this smart? Who can be this smart? Okay. Finally, Ashley, Brianna Eve, who is so smart with this stuff, came up with a really interesting thought right after this happened. She's a brand strategist. She was also very famously subpoenaed by the lovely girl. And she noticed, was Ryan Reynolds trying to steal Taylor Swift's thunder? Good luck, Rai. It's never gonna happen. But of course he's trying to, because look what he did.
Is Ryan Reynolds really trying to steal Taylor Swift's thunder? Okay, guys, we will deal with my views as someone who's been in the marketing, branding, and PR field for 15 years. My views on how I genuinely think that her and her team dropped the ball on the hype ramp they built with building up to this big reveal on who would be on New Heights podcast on Wednesday. But that's neither here nor there for this reel. I want to talk about how Ryan Reynolds, an hour after Taylor Swift had her announcement, makes a post on Instagram for the new Avengers movie. Ryan Reynolds hasn't posted in a week on Instagram, and just an hour after Taylor Swift has that reel come out on the New Heights podcast Instagram page talking about her 12th album, Life of a Showgirl, Ryan takes to Instagram to post and promote the new Marvel movie, Avengers Doomsday. Ryan, what are you doing up at midnight waiting for what Taylor's dropping? She is rightfully trying to get her ass as far away from the two of you. She's got a documentary coming, the potential for that feminine rage musical, because I think it's the end of August that trademark runs out. She's got Taylor Swift 12. Girlfriend is running off her feet. She's rebranded. We'll talk about that too, because I predicted all of her rebranding before she started it.
It's so ridiculous, you guys. He's so desperado. She's so right. It's all about the timing. Interesting, right? It was 12:12 a.m. when that was announced East Coast time. He's on the East Coast. He posted that at 1 a.m. East Coast time. What a dork. Honestly, Ryan Reynolds is a dork. Allegedly. Not even allegedly. In my opinion. He's a dork. Only insecure dorks act the way he does. Just let a woman have their time, have their moment. He's butthurt that she has all the attention. He's butthurt that her man unfollowed him on Instagram, and he's petrified that his wife and he will potentially be the focus of the new album on a track or two, because that's what Taylor does. That's Taylor's MO. Taylor's MO is to write about her life, her heartbreak, her happiness, her experiences, and there's no way that they are going to completely get unscathed in any way. Like, I think if there's not going to be an entire track that's going to somehow allude to it, there's going to be a line, a lyric. We're going to get a lyric. And that's all I can guarantee there. Thank you, Christina, for posting. Make sure to like and subscribe if you guys are here. Yes, I am a little bit of a Swiftie. I have to admit, it's coming back. It's bubbling up inside. I was a little turned off by her for a little bit, but now I'm back. And honestly, I know that, you know, a lot of people that are so hell-bent on just hating every single thing that has anything to do with anything negative about Justin are like, I will never, in my comments, I will never support Taylor Swift because she had something to do with the takedown of Justin Baldoni. And I'm like, no, she didn't. I don't think she did. I actually don't think she did. Looking back, I don't think Taylor Swift herself had anything to do with any takedown of anything with Justin Baldoni. Personally, I think that she was very much involved in her own life and was involved with her own world. And she was a good friend. And if I can guess, I mean, we have no idea, to be honest. We have no idea what happened behind the scenes. But my guess is that she has so much in her own life. Think about it. She's got so much of her own life. You think she's living and breathing by Blake Lively's like ups and downs? She probably was just a supportive friend, just like a lot of other people probably were. And she just listened to, you know, Blake's up and downs. And she kind of just was there for her as much as she could and believed her until she couldn't believe her anymore. And then she cut loose. That's honestly what I think she did. And as a friend, you kind of have to believe your friends. That's a good friend. I believe my friends, and sometimes that comes to bite you in the ass. That's actually what the truth is. You kind of have to believe your friends until you can't, you know, until sometimes it hurts you to believe your friends, you know? It's interesting because, and I'll kind of move on to talking about some of the legal documents, because one thing that happened and was exposed in their public texts that were exposed between Justin Baldoni and Jamie Heath and, you know, Melissa Nathan and Jen Abel, et cetera, was their liking of Mandy's TikTok. Mandy is a creator who posts YouTubes and TikToks, but she posted one TikTok and Jamie Heath wrote, "It's almost like she was there." And it was about one specific TikTok. And it tells you so much about what was really going on. So we'll get into that in just a quick second after I remind you guys that this week's episode is also brought to you by Greenlight. Remember summertime as a kid? The freedom of nature, opportunities born from boredom, rites of passage like riding a bike, setting up a lemonade stand, and even learning to earn and manage a buck. With school out, summer is the perfect time to teach your kids real-world money skills that they'll use forever. Greenlight is a debit card and money app made for families that helps kids learn how to save, invest, and spend wisely. Parents can send money to their kids and keep an eye on how they are spending and saving. Meanwhile, kids and teens build money confidence and skills in a fun, accessible way that feels more like a game than a lesson. The Greenlight app also includes a chores feature where you can set up one-time or recurring chores customized to your household and rewards kids with allowance for a job well done. Greenlight is the easy, convenient way for parents to raise financially smart kids and families to navigate life together. Don't wait to teach your kids real-world money skills. Start your risk-free Greenlight trial today at greenlight.com/dailydose. That's greenlight.com/dailydose to get started. Greenlight.com/dailydose. Okay, so yesterday we got a lot of get into, you know, all the little details because so many things came out. But one of them that I thought was really, really interesting was this one part of the you know, a big document that had a big email dump. Well, it was emails and text messages, and that's where our good friends were mentioned on the docket, where basically they were reading and going through a bunch of our TikToks and creators' TikToks and tweets and YouTubes in real time, namely Elsie, Zach, CJ, citizen journalist, Leanne Newton, so many of our friends, right? And Mandy, and I don't know how to pronounce her last name. Is it Magnan? I can't remember. But this one, and they're going back and forth, and these are in this year, right? This is January, February of this year, obviously when we're all covering it, not last year. but they're going back and forth and they're sending it. They're like, this is so funny. Oh my God, this is so accurate. Wow, they're so smart. Like they're going, it's just like us sending to in your group chat. Honestly, I'm sure if you guys have girlfriends or guy friends that you're texting back and forth about this, you're sending the stuff back and forth. You're like, oh my God, this is so true. This is so true. You know, Wayfair, they're just like us. So it was actually really fun. So, okay, Copper says in frame with Mandy Magnan. I hope I'm saying it right. So one of the things that I thought was really telling was this one TikTok that Jamie said that he said it's almost like she was there. And why it's so important or why it's so good to read is because it kind of gives you insight on specifically what they were let me try to find it. Specifically like what was happening on set. So Jamie says, let me make sure it's big enough for you guys to see. Jamie says it's almost like this woman was with them. And this was on February 23rd of this year. Jamie sends this TikTok. Let me pull it up.
So apparently the Hollywood Reporter can't get its story straight. They did post that story that everyone talked about where it just said that Jenny Slate made an official complaint about Jamie Heath because he offered her a $15,000 reimbursement for her rental so that she could move with her toddler.
Let me get a little
Like
further.
from me. I think what happened is there was no official complaint.
Right here.
I think what happened is a bunch of gossip girls. I think Blake got to them. I think they were on set somewhere and she's like, ew, ew. Like Blake was probably like, these men. And then Jenny's like, I know, they're so weird. Can you imagine that he even said like, oh my God, being a mother is like the greatest joy ever. And then Blake was like, ew, he talked to you about motherhood. How can a man talk about motherhood? And then Jenny was like, I know, they're so gross. They act like these feminists. Ew, ew, ew. And then she's like, oh, a man should never talk about a woman being a mother. Ew, that's so gross. Did you know that he looked me in the eye when I had my tits out and I was breastfeeding? He looked me in the eye. Something like that. And then they got on board with this man hating. Jamie Heath is a bad guy. Justin Baldoni's a bad guy because they're too nice. They're too nice. How dare he? How dare he offer you $15,000 so that you can move, so you and your toddler would be happy. Ugh. Ew. Ew. But then anyway, so I think it was just a little bit of gossip girls, you know, misery loves company. Man haters are going to man hate, right? Right? And then also what I think very interesting is then she did the same thing to Isabella because Isabella, young Lily, while doing her own press tour, talked about how comfortable she was on set, how safe it was for her, how they rehearsed it, how the intimacy coordinator was so.
And it goes on and on. So you guys kind of get the idea that when he says it's almost like she was there, that's their theory as well, that everyone seemed to be fine until Blake got their hands on them. And then we've kind of been talking about this forever, you guys. I mean, this is truly all of our theories that have been covering this case from our side is that we all have been feeling the same energy. She covers it in a really, really concise, well done way, Mandy. But we've all been kind of talking about this, that everyone was fine with Justin until Blake got to them. I love that he highlighted that. And that's what I think happened to Taylor. Going back to Taylor, like full circle with Taylor Swift. I don't think Taylor Swift intentionally tried to take down Justin Baldoni. I think Taylor Swift got by Blake Lively is what I think. So next, another thing that came out in all of these documents was this one August 7th email. And let me try to find it really fast. Is it right here? Hold on. And basically, it's this email from TAG. That's the agency group. And it's this, what Blake Lively's supporters are now considering is absolute evidence of a smear campaign. I know that, I know Justin Baldoni. I know Zach Peter covered it earlier. I know Andy Signora's covered it. Last night I was watching Lauren and Omar cover it. So everyone's been kind of covering it. Andy covered it this morning with an attorney who very easily said, this is actually, you know what? I can just, I'm going to show you really quickly what he says, because I think it's actually really important to show you what an attorney here in Los Angeles has to say about it. And then I'm going to show you what I said, or what I talked about with my PR friend who used to work in crisis PR here in Los Angeles and works for the entertainment world and its studios, because I think it's good insight for what is going on with that email, and is it actually evidence of a smear campaign? I think it's really good insight. He speaks to, I forget what the lawyer's name is, Ronald Zambrano of West Coast Trial Lawyers, to ask, is it something to be concerned about?
Utilize CTR organically in Hollywood. You know these campaigns better than everybody else. Rather than listen to Blake's haters, I want to go to you.
Actually, before I do that, I want to just show you guys what the actual document is, because if you guys don't know what the document is, you're going to be a little confused what the document is. So let me just pull up first what the document is, read just the basics of it, and then I will. So this is a letter that was sent. It's kind of hard to see, but it was sent on Wednesday, August 7th, from a woman named Katie Case. She's very much involved with the lawsuit because she works for the tag agency, or she did work for the tag agency. Essentially, it's a pitch email. It's a proposal, and it's to Wayfair. It's saying, here is a proposal of what we can do for the social and digital mitigation and remediation. It's going to focus on the social and digital elements, boosting SEO efforts and updating with new content to enforce SEO efforts, monitoring and directly enforcing forums that are working against Justin and Wayfair to adjust the narrative in real time, and collate assets and background to work in conjunction with Jen and her team, as well as Tag and PR. Tag PR. Jen is Jen Abel. And so the list is many things, right? This is specific efforts include. It's not, it's just a list of all the things. Think about if you are you can think of anything like an interior designer, or a social media marketer, or I don't know, you can think of any service a person provides, and you're writing a proposal. You're saying, like, I can do all of these things. Here's a letter of everything I can do. So monitor and report forums for all of these things that are working against. Leverage relationships with all of these companies to expose behavior. Utilize CTR manipulation, work to remove links that are harmful, disavow and report, properly and strategically monitor. I mean, it's very much a campaign to mitigate crisis for a client. Okay. And at the end, it says the social teams are now worried about Blake activating. As you can imagine, after you see, guys, last night, the power of the Swifties, the social teams are now worried about Blake activating the Taylor Swift fan base, which is a major concern, understandably. You think Ryan and Blake aren't freaking the F out about being on the opposite side of the fan base? They're freaking. With this in mind, and to ensure Justin and the studio are 100% protected moving forward, they have now changed the fee to $30,000 per month due to the uptick in social chatter. Please let us know either way as well if you have any questions. Okay, so you can take this in a very, very negative way if you're someone like Blake Stan, which we don't name them anymore, but you know who I'm talking about. And then, or you can take this as just exactly what it is, which is what, for example, Ron Zambrano takes it as. He's an attorney, and he looks at it and he says this.
Is this a game over email? Does this worry you? Does this reveal anything in here that proves the retaliatory smear campaign?
No, it's not a death knell. It's not the gotcha document. What this is something that Wayfair doesn't want to do from a legal perspective, which is try to explain. This is something that will muddy the waters, but muddying the waters is worse for the plaintiff typically than the defendant. And here we all know now that Baldoni didn't amend his cross complaint, so now he's just the defendant. So for people that aren't in this world or don't know these terms, SEO means search engine optimization. And what this really reads like, if anyone has ever had anyone that works in marketing, this is a marketing campaign to try to sell a product. Here, the product is a narrative. And what the worst words here for purposes of Baldoni's side, what's the worst language here, is probably in that third bullet point where it says, do this stuff to expose behavior of Blake and other parties. But there's nothing here that says, try to create something that's not true and push that not true narrative forward. The other thing that's probably going to happen is that this has to be explained to a jury. Like Baldoni can't go up there and talk about what this means. Probably the people that are in this email or generated this email have to explain what it means, but they're probably going to have to hire an expert, an outside third-party vendor. And there's going to be dueling experts of like what this stuff really, really means. And then the jury's going to have to listen to these experts, the dueling narratives, and make a decision. But at the end of the day, most people just read the black and white, and the lawyers will try to spin what they mean. But at the end of the day, there's nothing in there saying like we have to create something that's not real.
So the lawyer doesn't think it's anything, at the end of the day. It looks bad. Yeah. From like a quick glance, it looks bad, but is it proof of anything true? Then not really. So I went and consulted with my friend who lives here in LA, and she works in the studio system as a PR person for, film and TV. And she used to work in crisis PR. And I said, do you know what a typical crisis PR rate is per month? Because someone said like $30,000 a month. That's wild. This is insane. This is so over the top. And this person said, depends who it's for and what the issue is. 10 to 12,000 on the norm, but could be 25,000 or way more depending. Depends which agency, how intense, how much time is dedicated to it, and how many people it requires to squash whatever the issue is. Like if it's one person or all hands on deck. And then I sent the document and I said, they pitched $30,000 a month. Is that wild? She goes, no, that doesn't surprise me at all. So I said, is this that they've offered a normal scope for crisis PR? Is it out of control or what you would consider a smear campaign? Basically, like doing what this person is doing, is it considered a smear campaign? And they said there's nothing in that document that feels abnormal to me, per se. The only thing is I question its validity because I don't think they would name names in it, nor do I think that they would lay out a lot of those things in writing. I feel like they would have a verbal and the contract would be more broad-based. And I said, well, it's definitely valid because it was in the legal documents. So the only thing that they thought was interesting was that they put that all in writing. Because normally things like this don't go in writing. But this is very much a normal crisis PR take. This stuff happens all the time in Hollywood. Like this is a very normal crisis PR take. So nothing in this email in any way raises a red flag for someone in crisis PR. This is not outrageous. This is not shocking. This is not like over the top. This is not, oh my God, I cannot believe that they would hire someone to do this. This is insane. This is wild. This is crazy. You can't do this. This is not out of bounds. This is not strange. The only thing that's weird about it, in her mind, is that they put it in writing, which was a mistake. Looks like it was a mistake. And I'm surprised that they actually did end up putting this in writing. I wonder why. So that part I think is kind of interesting. So that's that about that email. Is it proof of a smear campaign? No, because they didn't end up hiring them. They didn't end up going to TAG for this. They ended up working with Jed at a much less of a rate. So they didn't even do this. Anyway, okay. It goes to show you that people were very, very silly and not thinking straight about putting things in writing in 2023 and 2024. And you should think now, and especially with those Michael Morrissey emails with Karen Reed, and I talked about them yesterday, you really need to be very careful about ever putting anything in writing when it comes to anything that could be misconstrued as shady. You know, Hannah says they didn't have anything to hide, so they weren't worried about what they said. Well, you don't have anything to hide when you're doing it. But now it looks like it's shady, even if it's not. Even if the intention is not, it looks like when it's positioned in a certain way with a lawsuit, right? If you're getting sued for someone as sexual harassing and then retaliating, and then they're taking your words out of context and they're putting it in a text message, they're taking your text message and they're saying, but you said this, and you're like, but I said it as a joke. It doesn't matter. You said it. It's really, really shitty. We really need to be careful about what did someone said, never put anything in writing that you wouldn't want it to be read in court. Okay, so let's move on and talk about our last story of today. And by the way, you guys, thank you so much for being here. I see we have a really engaged audience, great comments, positive comments, happy. We're having fun. We are not negative. We're enjoying our life. We can do a little dance party. We're feeling good. It's August 12th. It's Taylor Swift Day. Woo, 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 woo. Okay. Let's move on and keep enjoying our life. All right. And our last story, I need to show you guys a clip. Speaking of someone that is dangerous when it comes to false accusations, and I am pissed. I'm pest. I am Tamara Judge Pest. Okay. We have a problem. And her name is Janet Caperna. And also, it's her fucking husband, Jason. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, it's the Valley. And let me show you. Let me show you a little clip. A little clip of this. And this is from It's a Bravo World on Instagram. And this is a preview from tonight's The Valley. Final part of the reunion. And what happens on this episode, and this is, even if you don't watch The Valley, you'll be interested. They were trying so hard to position one of the guys on the show. He's a dad of four under four. He's a good guy. I mean, like I said, I know him. We message with each other, friendly. It's very friendly. Like, I'm on your side on the show. Do you want to do? He wants to do my show, but he's on a like a Bravo freeze. He's such a nice guy. He seems like a really good guy. Obviously, I've not gone out drinking with him, so I don't know if he's grabbing ass left and right, but he doesn't seem like a bad guy. Janet is convinced that he is like a sexual predator and doing these awful things. But this is what happens tonight on the show, and it made me so mad. Watch this little clip.
Has touched other women's butts.
He's been inappropriate and made women uncomfortable multiple times. As recently as the Super Bowl.
That's a lie.
And you're really good at lying. You're making it sound like he is going out and grabbing women when he drinks. That's wrong. Until the behavior stops, I don't feel bad talking about this stuff. And there's a couple people on this stage that know about it.
What?
Michelle. So, Brittany, you mentioned that you felt uncomfortable on your birthday around Danny.
Yeah, she did.
Well, Danny did get pretty drunk, and you were like following me around for a little bit, but you didn't
Did I
touch on me or nothing. His personality just very much changed, and he started being very flirtatious. I don't really know how to explain it, but it wasn't that same thing as what it was on Halloween.
Important to specify because the way that Janet
You just said he grabbed people. Yeah, you did. You said he did the same thing.
He's done things other times. It wasn't just Jasmine and Melissa.
He has touched other women.
Okay. I don't know how to explain why this pisses me off so much. I think it's because as just a woman surrounded by men in my life, in my home, I have my husband and I have my two sons. And now I have a little girl dog. But this is out of control. Like, you can't go on national TV and just choose to throw out accusations like that. Just because you don't like someone, just because you feel like someone is not someone that you like want to support or whatever. It's so damaging And it's really, it's really scary that you feel that you can just do that very easily, like no problem. Especially given the fact that Jasmine has been on The Bachelor before. And Jasmine, this is a video that I just pulled up from 2017. She was on Nick Viall's podcast. Podcast. She was on Nick Viall's, there's another, I'm trying to find a good clip of it. Here is when she was on Nick Viall's season of The Bachelor. I didn't watch the season. I'm not a big Bachelor person, but she was on Nick Viall's season of The Bachelor, apparently freaks out. And this is what she does. This is the girl who's claiming she's not the one that's yelling about Daniel being a, predator, but she's the one who it happened to. She's the girl who's the lesbian girl whose ass was grabbed. And this is how she acted just a few years ago on The Bachelor.
Come on.
She actually asked first.
It'll be 2 seconds. She can longer.
She did ask first.
Okay,
I just want to be
I'll be nice.
respectful.
Go The night's going, and everyone I talked to has talked to him, and I have not. So I'm a little upset about that. What the hell is going on? It doesn't matter. It's out of my control. There's nothing I can do. Holy shit. Who the am I? I'm blown away right now who I am right now. I think I'm trying to be too nice, and maybe that's my problem, And yeah. God, I hate you guys. I'm gonna cry. I'm just so annoyed. It's just put yourself out there and be wanting to get to know somebody, and it's hard. It's hard. Don't cry. I know. And I
Wait, is this when she chokes him or not?
Because I've never been in a situation before like this. I know.
This environment leaves many girls feeling very anxious. It's an environment filled with pressure and stress, which is what makes it so terrifying.
That's not even when she chokes him. That's just when she's acting crazy. Okay, hold on. Here. Where's the volume? They took out the volume. Hold on. I'm going to find it. This is from ABC's page. Okay, let's see if I can make it bigger. There's an ad. We don't need you ad. Here, let's skip ad.
Good luck, and I hope you.
Find anyone.
Sorry, it's.
What you said.
You guys, when did she actually choke this man? What? Do you guys want to watch TV with me one day? What? That's how I'm going to react. Huh? What? So you're allowed to choke someone like that on national TV? Can I choke you? But a man, your friend's husband, you're a lesbian now, your friend's, which is fine, no judgment on that, but your friend's husband, who you love, who you're friends with, is out drinking with you, grabs your ass playfully, and now you've turned it into a completely new storyline where the entire season he's being taken down as a sexual predator. This is a man, this is a husband, this is a father of 4 kids, and you're putting him on a show and calling him a sexual predator. He's apologized 15 times over, and you are tearing him down on a TV show. It's not right. It's giving Blake after she grabbed a man's testicles, and now she's saying she's sexually harassed. I don't like it. It's hypocrisy at its very best. It feels so wrong. I'm sorry. Jill Zarin. I'm sorry. I don't like it. And Janet, who is not Jasmine's mouthpiece, who is not Jasmine's attorney, should not have the right to fight all of these battles. I would literally take Janet and be like, leave. Goodbye. There's the door, Shannon Bedore. Go. And the other J, all those J's. Why are they all J's? Literally, think about it. Jax, Jesse, Janet. Oh my God. Jax, Jesse, Janet, Jason, Jasmine. I've never wanted to pass a J so much less. You know how they say it's like a nightmare blunt rotation? Literally nightmare J rotation. I've never hated more J's. Like the worst. It's the worst J's in the world. Jax, Jesse, Janet, Jason, and Jasmine. Bye. All of them. All of the Jays need to go. I mean, I'm on the fence about. I know you guys hate him, but I'm on the fence. I'm like willing to see another side of him. Janet needs solitary confinement. You guys agree? Jason is pussy whipped. Sorry to use that word. He's vagmatized or whatever they call it. His wife has something on him. He is like in a hostage situation with his wife. He is petrified of her. He is incredibly scared of his wife because he knows that if he goes against her, she is going to make his life a living hell. She probably does something very scary to his life if he goes against her. That's why he got a tattoo of his ring. He's petrified of this woman. And so because of that, he is truly, he's changed his personality for her. These are the worst kinds of men and the worst kinds of women, the ones that completely change their personality to support their evil wives or husbands. And I'm all about supporting your husband and your wife. Like, I want Lance to have my back, but not if I'm a horrible human being. If I'm an evil, horrible human being, I want Lance to keep me accountable. I want him to say, like, Donna, you're wrong. You're actually wrong in this situation. And it's tough when you're on a TV show because you're like, but you got to have my back. But then at home, you should be like, no, you're wrong. You're wrong. Anyway, I'll finally let Lance, out of his, I don't know, the safe room now that, because he's in trouble because he told me I was wrong. Just kidding. He's at work. Sydney says, so I didn't know this, but Janet lived in Ohio for 10 years and was married, tried to get her hubby to move to LA with her for fame. Shocker. Shocker. Okay, you guys, listen. I love you. Thank you for bringing me back to a good place. Yesterday was a tough day. The day before was even tougher. The days before, toughest. But now I've got my new puppy and I've got happy people here. We're in a good place and we have 11 days until Dosers Live. So if you want to get last minute tickets, make sure to get last minute tickets. I had my final planning meeting yesterday. I am so damn excited. I can't even tell you. We have so many fun things in the works. I am so excited. It's going to be such a fun show. I am really, truly, like, people are literally flying in for the show. That's so crazy to me. We're going to dance all night. Like, I can't even. I'm freaking out. So we're getting there. Make sure to buy your last minute tickets if you want to join. dailydosepod.com/doserslive. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Make sure to subscribe. Talk to you guys later. Bye.